Hello everyone, this is Bradley Allen Hensley again. 2016 presidential candidate and hopeful. Independent party, I guess you would say that I am. Listen, I just watched a video that was both disturbing and angering. I wish to God I'd been in that courtroom when this happened to that young lady. Because those cops would have been fucking picking up their teeth. And that one cop would have had his arms broken and both his legs. I'm not advocating in any way that we should go and start beating cops just because we can. No. In fact, I will advocate just the difference. There are a few good police officers. However, in this particular case, the female judge in that family court proceeding should also have been beaten to within an inch of her life. Because no woman should ever turn their back the way she did. The story is this. In Clark County, I don't know what state, I'm sorry. This woman was in family court for a brief moment just on a routine appearance because of a divorce. She was asked by a Clark County marshals, what they call them, a judge marshal. I don't know, a court marshal is what they said, but to me a court marshal means out of the military, so I don't know. To step into a room by herself without a female officer. He then proceeded, it was all under the guise of a drug search. He then proceeded to grab her rear, grab her chest, asked her to, ordered her really to lift up her shirt, where I assume he grabbed her chest again. Probably had to, probably stuck his hand under the bra, caught the tape, and all that. When the woman went back into the court, she stepped up to the mic and made formal charges against her. That right there should have immediately had him suspended. But nope. Instead, the female magistrate, as they called her, turned her back and played with the woman, played with the sexual assault victim's child. How could she do that? I'm trying to get my mind around that. It's boggling me. It's pissing me off more and more, to be honest. Okay. Now, Clark County did its own quote-unquote internal investigation, and they fired him. He should have been brought up on charges, made to go to prison, and forever be branded as a sexual predator. That's what he is. But I digress. Once again, my temper's trying to get the better of me. And on this one, I'm going to try to hold it while I make this video, but I cannot promise anything too bad. Alright. They tell her the only way that she's going to go home is if she steps up to the mic and recants everything. So she says, okay, after minutes and minutes and minutes of being threatened to go to jail, finally she says, okay, she breaks down her tape and says that she'll do it. She steps up to the mic, and this was smart on her part. Very clever. I love this woman for her strength and for her sticking up for the right thing. Instead of recanting, she gave a detailed account of what he did. Again, so it made it her second detailed account of what this officer did. And again, the magistrate did nothing. Played with the victim's child. Played the bat and played with the victim's child. That's not right. It's very heartbreaking towards the end when the victim's daughter goes and says, "That's my mama, let her go. What are you doing? That's my mama." And the girl bends down and kisses her daughter before going to jail. And her daughter was sent to an orphanage. They call it West Haven Home, but it's an orphanage. And I've been in orphanages. They make people hard. They make people mean. And they make people very, very untrusting and violent. I can say that because I'm a product of the system. A true, living, breathing product of 2 states worth of Child Protective Services programs. I can say this. It's not right. At the end of the day, announced that the marshal that was fired is suing Clark County for wrongful termination. And the guy still says it never happened. Who do you think's gonna win? Let me see. A cop who's dirtier than dirty, an honest citizen who was assaulted by the officer. Who's gonna win? Who should win? Well, I know who should win. It should be the solid citizen. But who will win? The cop. The cop will win. Of course. And he'll get his job back. Come on. At the very least, the man should have been locked up for a very long time. At the most, he should never again get out. And he should forever be branded as sexual predator. Which is now, since this woman did it, there's been a lot more cases, hundreds of cases more coming forward about the same person. One person says you're a duck, you cannot believe him. 2 people say you're a duck, and maybe. If 3 or more say you're a duck, start quacking and walking like a duck because you're a duck. Well, if one person says you're a sexual predator and you sexual assault women, alright, there's a slight, you cannot believe them or believe them. If 2 people say it, it's not leading to the fact that you're a sexual predator. If 3 or more say it, you're a sexual predator. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 and forever sit your ass in prison. And be branded a sexual predator. Easy. Breezy, Japanese. Nope, it won't happen. I would bet anyone in YouTube land that this officer gets away with it. If someone would follow this and let me know how it turns out, I'd appreciate it. I would do my best to follow it as well. But I think he's gonna, win his lawsuit, get his job back, and that woman's gonna go to jail, lose her kids, lose her freedom. I mean, they made a false arrest anyway. There's no law anywhere stating that you could be arrested for making a false account, a false testimony on a cop. There's no law anywhere saying that. In any state. I've been in a lot of them. There's no law anywhere stating that. I read the law. I know the law. I know the federal law, no state law. Come on. There's no law stating that. So, come on, people. But that's just one of many. Now they're also in another YouTube-related story. They are forcing drunk drivers to give them samples of their blood. I think that violates every single aspect of our Constitution. I know it violates the 4th Amendment. It just shatters it completely. I know it violates the 7th Amendment as well, and I'm pretty sure the 8th, 9th, 10th, and all the others too. Especially the 5th, where you can not say anything and not do anything that can incriminate you. But it shatters that all to hell and back again. Yet there's actually a story about it in Georgia where they're doing it, and they have a cop on there saying that it's the right thing to do, to take someone's blood and to hold them down, to put them in a chokehold, a headlock. Even though they're already strapped down, you put them into a headlock to make sure that they give you their blood. If it was me and someone goes to put me in a headlock, if I can't move my arms and I can't move my legs, you better believe I'm doing everything I can with my head, and I'm biting them. And I'm not talking a little bit, no, I'm talking Mike Tyson tearing flesh out of their arm and having them go to the hospital to get stitches and replacement and plastic surgery. Because I'm ripping bone, I'm ripping hunks of flesh out and muscle and everything. I ain't got that many teeth left in my head, but I'll guarantee you I'll do that. And they don't want me upset because I've broken mental hospital restraints when I've been upset. Alright, I will break the restraints on them, and once my hands and legs are free, I will fight, and people will go to the hospital. I'm a Constitution believing, Constitution thumping, red-blooded, patriotic American. And I'm telling you this now, YouTube land, to all my fellow patriotic Americans, we need to stand up. We need to stand up. And I think it's getting about time that when we stand up, we take up arms. And we do what this great country's founding fathers put on us to do when they made the Constitution. And that is when this country ever tried to go and take away our rights, that we the people would rise up and take it back by force. And that means people will die. That I know. That means I could get arrested just for making this video, I know. But I'm telling you now, we need to do something. We need to take back our country. We need to take back our Constitution-believing country and our constitutional rights away from the people who seek to make this country dictatorship, totalitarianism, and any other way other than democracy. There's also a thing on YouTube of Miami police shooting a woman when she was just carrying a sign, being a protester. They shot her in the back and in the back of the leg first. Then, as she's cowering behind her sign, mind you, it was wasn't a small sign. It was a big sign. She had her hands on it, to her hands were on the outside like this. As she's cowering behind it, they shot a rubber bullet, bang, right into her forehead. They say that didn't happen. But, in that same video I'm talking about, they show a video of the police department, and the major, the guy in charge of everything, is congratulating his guys. Come on. It's mind-boggling how we could have gotten to this state. So I'm saying this and I'm meaning it loud and proud. We need to take back our rights. I prefer to do it without violence. I've seen enough in my life and I'm done with it. But I will use violence when it is necessary. again, my name is Bradley Allen Hensley, and I'm a 2016 presidential hopeful. And I hope that you will vote for me on that day. I know that my chances are slim of winning. I'm a realistic person. But we need to send them a message. We need to get the Democrats and the Republicans out of office. We need to show them that they're not the only two parties we can vote for. We need to bring our country back in line with what our founding fathers had in mind when they created this great country and gave us our Constitution. Thank you for watching, and once again, whatever you believe in, may God bless you.